Hey guys, we're here at DreamHack Valencia, and joining me is Starbuck with his breakout performance here. He's been on the up and up. How about you introduce yourself to the guys at home?
Hey guys, I'm Mouz Starbuck, playing for Team Mouse Sports. I'm a 17-year-old kid from Slovenia, currently part-time.
Kid.
Yeah. I'm big, but yeah. I play StarCraft a bit for fun. Now I'm kinda pro. Not sure yet, but yeah.
Round of 8 at DreamHack, not sure if pro yet. I think that's pretty much the storyline of you in this tournament, right? You just come in, no fear, kind of just play your games. You you just kind of think this is a good way to play. You go in very confidently.
Just relax and have fun.
That's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
Like, I can see it in your play. A lot of players, they get in these intense situations. Like, I think that's why it's so interesting to watch you, actually, because players go, oh, this is where people normally fall apart, and you kind of keep your cool and you do even more crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you keep adapting.
Yeah. It's all about improvisement.
Yeah.
Just react. You know, StarCraft is a strategy game. You gotta adapt to different styles, and for me personally, Koreans versus Koreans, you know, standard mechanic builds, that's kind of boring for me, you know. So I do my own builds, like Ultra Risk, 2-base rush, and it can work. And you know, Korean players never see this, so they don't know how to react perfectly. So that works for me.
I think as well, there's so many stages in your build, so many transitions. So it's like, even if you know how to react at one point, 2 minutes later, there's something else crazy hitting you. And I really love it because I feel like you use Zerg and the way Zerg production works really well, right? Like, you only need a single tech structure. It's not like Protoss, you want to go something crazy like 2-star Void Rays. You've got to build 2 Stargates, you've got to do this. Whereas you're very smooth and just kind of throwing down your tech structures, hiding them a bit, making use of Nidus Worms, making use of Swarm Hosts, Creep Spread. Like, I'm just blown away to watch you play every time because it is awesome. Let's start talking about the games. You started off dominating start 2-0 against Hobbit. You went into a series against Huck. Just walk us through your feelings in that series.
Well, when I came to DreamHack, my keyboard wouldn't work because it doesn't have an USB, you know.
Like the PlayStation port?
Yeah, but I didn't have an adapter, PC2, and nowhere in DreamHack nobody has it, you know. So they gave me like €10 keyboard, and I've been playing since the beginning of DreamHack with it, and here I am, top 8 with that keyboard.
Top 8 with a non-mechanical, €10, probably 5 or 4 or 5 euros.
Yeah.
Like, wow. So that's actually really incredible. I heard you also had some mouse issues at some point in the tournament. Did that sort itself out?
I don't have the CCD disk, so I have to do my settings manually. And I didn't remember or write them down, and I just had...
So you're just kind of sitting there like testing it and just going, I think this is okay?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. That's actually really incredible, because I've had tournaments where I feel like I've lost almost specifically because I made mistakes with my settings. So for you to come so far, to take out first, you know, 2-0 in the round of 16 and stuff, that's really, really cool. Yeah. I actually really liked when you came up and introduced yourself yesterday. And for you guys at home, the first thing Starbuck here says is, when I say, oh, you know, you played really well, congrats. Oh yeah, Zerg is Imba race. You know, the only matchup that's balanced is Zerg versus Zerg.
Yeah.
So do you stick by that? You think Zerg is really, really powerful?
No.
No?
Well, now that I lost, no.
No, of course.
But like, it's all about strategy, you know?
Yeah.
Zerg has a lot of options that pro players don't use.
Yeah.
And for example, Stefano, he abuses the style that works the most, you know? I'm not gonna lie, like, he abused Broodlord Infestor, you know?
Oh yeah.
Now Swarm Host, he's back again.
Mass Roach before that as well, before anyone else could do it. It's smart.
So you have to figure out a style that it's really strong and, you know, just shows your style and that
works.
Yeah.
Don't just follow around
the
pack.
Koreans.
Yeah. Like, I think, you know, if you're lost, you know, you can look to other players, but at the core, you're always going to be behind the meta if you're not understanding things on your own and developing your own builds. So that's actually a really cool way of looking at it. what is your strongest matchup? Do you feel you've got one that stands out? Is Zerg vs Zerg your weaker matchup? Or
no, it's okay, but ZVP is definitely my best because I can adapt to Protoss. I can react well, you know.
And I think some Protoss players, I was actually talking before with Revolver, and he was of the opinion that Protoss players are playing too straight up because they are strong right now. So many are just kind of take a third Nexus, build my gateways right underneath your Overlord, I don't care. So I think someone like you who's very good at capitalizing on these things is very strong. Do you think Protoss players should mix it up a little bit more?
Well, Protoss race is like a build order race.
Yeah.
So you just need timings and, you know, specific builds. So I don't think Protoss can adapt like Zerg.
They're definitely not as fluid, are they? I think I think there's maybe some space, but I don't think anyone can play like you do with Zerg. With the tech transitions come so quickly. I think the favorite build I've seen from you all tournament, and I've heard about you doing it before in ATC and stuff, is your 7 Roach Rush against Terran.
Yeah.
And you also do the exact same build against Protoss.
Yeah.
Do you do it against Zerg at all?
No, it doesn't work versus Zerg, unfortunately.
Well, walk us through the build. Do you think it's something which, like, how does it work? How does this always work for you?
Well, it's all about Team Burrow, to be honest. Because when players scout it, you know, they are just like, okay, Roach Rush. Okay, I built Marauders, Widow Mines, and then when I attack with Roaches, they have Burrow, and when they attack the Roaches, I just burrow and heal. They heal very fast, you know.
Yeah.
And it's really good because players don't expect it, and it just wins sometimes straight up.
I remember I was watching from Daishi's point of view one of the games, and it was really kind of funny to see him kind of scout the Roach Warren on one base and kind of look a little bit smug. And I was thinking, oh, Daishi's got this. This is easy. And then next thing you know, the Widowmine shots, you know, you were burrowing, so it dodges the direct damage. You got in the mineral line, and the SCVs couldn't really do anything, especially against Terran and Protoss, where it's very hard for them to get detection up right at the beginning of the game. Like, there's just nothing their workers can do against a burrowed Roach. It can have 6 workers attacking it. It's healing faster than that.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I also liked your follow-up attacks and so on. Is there a favorite unit you have in StarCraft 2 right now that you like to take advantage of?
Burrow Fester.
Just burrow Festers, all right. Yeah. Harassment, kind of get in the middle lines?
Drop Infestors and Fungal, burrow, ninja moves, special tactics, that kind of thing.
You think Fungal's better than Infested Terrans with harassment?
Yeah, they nerfed the Fungal, sadly.
Unfortunately.
It's not as good as it was in the Wings of Liberty, but
yeah,
I still like it.
It's still pretty damn powerful. And the long range as well. You can do it from a bit of safety, so it's kind of nice. That's been pretty cool. So I guess you had kind of a really good result this tournament. I'm going to take a look at the results here, read them all out for you guys. 4-0 Hobbit. 1-2 against Huck, unfortunately dropping that series, but still going through, confidently beating Daishi 2-1 both games. Unfortunately, losing to Saxory 0-2 after taking out first 2-0. So in the final series against Saxory, we saw some really cool play from you where you went Mutalisk style, straight up to Broodlords with a lot of Zergling harass. Is this a style which you think is potentially overpowered? Because I've seen a few other players doing a similar thing where they go straight to Broodlords. Do you think with the new patch, Vipers not being able to abduct, it's something which we're going to see more of?
Yeah. I think if players think more and adapt to the new patch, we can definitely see this meta game, and I hope Zerg players will use it, you know?
Yeah. It's powerful. Do you think Ultralisks are still pretty viable? What do you think is like? Do you think the delay on the Broodlords makes it a little bit more risky?
Not really, but they are really expensive. So if the opponent attacks early before you can get a critical mess out, they can punish it.
Yeah.
But if you get like 15 of them, you're in really good shape.
I think 15, it kind of becomes permanent force field, right? Like they just can't get through.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I really enjoyed all the games from you. So I think we've talked a bit about the games, your kind of attitude to the game. It's very relaxed, go in there, just play the game, and I think it's a very natural way of understanding the strategy of the game. Sometimes people criticize StarCraft because they say it's about mechanics, you know, it's just who can click faster, but you're a player who shows that understanding and having smart transitions can be just as successful, if not more. But what about life outside of StarCraft? You're still in high school. You are actually from Russia, right?
No.
No?
Slovenia.
Slovenia. Oh, sorry.
God damn it.
I don't know why that just clicked in my brain. Slovenia, of course. I remember. It's next to the Alps. It's bordering Croatia?
Yes.
Yes!
Good, you remember.
My geography knowledge has gone up a bar. So you're still in high school, right? You've got 2 more years left, or?
Yeah, 2 more.
Is it kind of hard just playing part-time? Are there times you feel your mechanics are a little bit weak, or you're
Not
okay?
Not really. I'm okay because I remember things real fast.
Okay.
And I don't have to study as much as some others have to.
Do you think when you finish high school you'll maybe take a year or 2 off, do pro gaming full-time if you're doing well?
I'm not sure. At the moment, StarCraft is like somewhere between hobby and, you know, full-time. But after the school, I'm not sure I will play StarCraft full-time.
I think a lot can change in that time. You know, if you're really successful, maybe teams giving you a really, really awesome salary. I mean, you've been picked up by Mouz, and that's something I've actually been wanting to talk about. You recently had your breakthrough, I think, about a year ago. You started destroying team leagues, starting really performing well on ladder. Everyone started to kind of know your name in the top scene. But it's recently you got round of 16 WCS Premier. How was it for your first time flying out to a LAN and competing in Cologne?
It was absolutely amazing, and meeting the pro players, you know, you only know from online, hang out with them, it was really good.
It's really cool. Did you have any player you looked up to specifically, or any commentator?
Grubby, yeah.
Very professional mindset.
Yeah.
He's kind of the perfect pro gamer. Cool. So you're kind of not really sure where you're going to go with StarCraft. You're just going to enjoy it for the moment, keep playing.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Who knows? Maybe Legacy of the Void, StarCraft is bigger than League of Legends. Suddenly, you get paid $1 million salary. It'll be fine. Just keep playing.
Maybe.
Cool. So thanks, guys, everyone, for watching. Before I do let you go, do you want to shout out maybe your team, your fans, anyone at home?
Shout out to Mouz Sports and all the sponsors, XMG, BenQ, and Epic Gear. And shout out to Slovenian and Croatian community and all the fans who are cheering for me.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching this interview with the ever-friendly, the ever-hilarious, and the now owning StarCraft Starbuck. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys next time.